I'm Chip Rowan with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. For this episode, we are at Mount Pleasant Area High School, and joining me are two gentlemen who are going to be talking about a big event, and we have Dr. Timothy Gabauer, who's the superintendent for the school district here at Mount Pleasant, and we also have J.R. DeRitza. He's the business manager for the Mount Pleasant Area School District. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, good to be here. Last time we talked, we were outside talking about the new scoreboard. And now we're talking about other ways you can fund the district and buy cool things like that. So a couple years ago, the Mount Pleasant Area Viking Foundation was formed to help the school district. And they're going to have a big event coming up. And Doctor, if you don't mind, if you would share about that event that's coming up
Yeah,
soon.
sure will. It'll be our third annual Red and Blue Gala is what it's called. And it's going to be held on Friday, April 19th, and that's going to be at Bell's Banquet Barn. Social hour begins at 6 o'clock and the dinner's at 7 o'clock. It's $40 per person and $70 per couple. We've had the pleasure of being a part of it the last several years, and it's one of those events that my wife comes to. My daughter brings her husband, and it's been a great time. And having seen how it's worked out over the last couple of years, you know, we have the opportunity to make it bigger and better every single year. So tremendous event. It's at this point, it's the biggest fundraiser that the Viking Foundation has. We have other functions that we do throughout the course of the year, but this is our signature event. So I believe last year we had 84 folks in attendance, wow. And we're looking to get that number up over 100. And I think anybody that shows up will really truly enjoy themselves at that event. I
imagine the goal will be to grow every year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was able to attend last year, and that was nice. It was a very nice event. I enjoyed it. It was a good meal. It was a good conversation. Lots of activity. We'll talk more about that as we go along here. But where can people buy tickets? What's the best way to get tickets?
If you go onto our website, it's if you go under About MPASD, and then there's a link for the foundation. When you get to the foundation link, there would be a link on there to buy gala tickets for our foundation.
Okay. And what can people expect at the event? So I buy my tickets. What can I expect for it? Was $40 a person or $70 a couple? So what do you get for that? Well,
Chip, it's a fun night. We have it's basically a celebration of Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is a proud community. I'm born and raised here, so I'm very familiar with the history here. And folks are proud of the town. They're proud of the school. So one of the things we'll have is a silent auction. And we'll have a lot of different baskets that are donated by local businesses or individuals. And then also we put some stuff in there, some old Mount Pleasant memorabilia, like old uniforms. You know, like maybe we'll have a football jersey that's in a frame. Typically, we've had the old pins from the different sports and the different activities here. That we've put up for silent auction. So if somebody's a Mount Pleasant history buff, there's a lot of cool things that you could actually bid on. We'll have music. So
it's great for alumni.
It is, absolutely. Yeah. Alumni, it would be a great event. We have music. There's no live music, but we'll have music playing in the background. There's also something new this year. We have a trivia game for our guests that's going to be a different type of fundraiser. Last year, I know that we had our police chief here, John Grabiak, arrest folks that were paid. And I think he enjoyed that probably a little more than
he should have.
Than he should have. So I think we kind of clipped him this year for that. So you'll have the opportunity to, and we're still working on the details, but you'll have the opportunity to pay for somebody to answer questions, and there'll be different prizes that you could win. Also, one of the highlight events is we have the announcement of the class of 2024 inductees for the Viking Commemorative Garden. Okay. These are individuals that have been part of Mount Pleasant history, that have volunteered and contributed a lot of their time. Some of the previous inductees we had were Bob Gambita Sr., Warren Leader, Jerry Lucia, Mike Reese. They were the initial class.
A lot of familiar names there.
Yes, and then last year we had Dwayne Hutter and Joe Rudnick were also. So we'll announce.
Hall of Fame?
It's a little different than the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
We actually have an alumni wall of fame. Actually,
okay.
It's right down here. And that's for folks that graduated from Mount Pleasant area and have contributed to Mount Pleasant area. The commemorative wall and the commemorative garden is different. It can be anybody, whether you're a graduate or not, that has just had a significant impact on the community.
Okay.
They've done something, whether it's been through philanthropy, or whether they've just volunteered their time to help out different programs or anything around the district. We recognize those individuals, and it's a beautiful, beautiful area that we have out there on the entrance to Viking Stadium. Our Viking is there on a stage, and the walls in the background, and it'll have those individuals with their names and a plaque of which year they've been inducted.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's been there just last year. The work actually was done by the students that we have from the CWCTC, Central Westmoreland Career Technology Center.
Yes.
Our students, as well as others, have come back and they've helped build that. We wanted that to just show them what Mount Pleasant area is all about.
What a great addition.
To put some time into it. So everything that's built out there has been touched by the students.
That kind of goes in with that pride. You were talking about the pride of the school district. So let's talk a little bit about the foundation, the purpose of the foundation. I know it's been about 3 or 4 years since it started.
Yes, basically the committee is made up of community members. There are some members from our board at the school district. There are some representatives from Borough Council that also are involved, and then administrators and educators here at the district. So our goal is to raise funds for the district for things that normally wouldn't be paid for out of our regular general fund budget.
Okay.
Some of the things that we've done, we have our exemplary experience grants program that we offer once a year to our teachers. And what happens with that is they submit applications for a project that's not part of the normal curriculum stuff, that's maybe a little bit extra than what we normally do. Those applications are judged by a group of folks, and then we are able to award based on how much money we have available for that. We also provide 2 scholarships to Mount Pleasant area students each year. Last year we did 2 $500 scholarships. Okay. Also, the foundation has done a lot with the Viking commemorative garden out here by the stadium that Dr. Gabauer had mentioned. There were a lot of there were benches and things like that were purchased through the foundation to kind of make it look like a park type feel, which the VOTEC and everybody that was involved with that did a very good job. Also this year we had a police car donated from the borough. It was a police cruiser, and it needed some work, and then we got some decals on it to identify it. We wanted something to identify our police force with Mount Pleasant Area School District. So one of the things that the foundation did were they were able to donate some funds to get the decals put on there. And now we have a nice police cruiser that our police department's able to use. So basically, I mean, we're still kind of we're still new, where we're growing and coming up with different things. If somebody comes to us for a project that they want funded, I mean, we would always consider it. So
teachers actually kind of apply for
absolutely,
they
yes.
Say that they have a program they want to do. There's not funding for that, but if the foundation would fund that, you would be able to carry
yes,
that out.
Absolutely.
And even with Feeding It to Musical, Mr. Doritzo, you want to speak to that?
Which food for the music?
Yeah, the students that either work on the set, or they are the actors or the participants. The foundation comes in one of those evenings. I believe it's the Saturday evening.
Yes, it's
and actually feeds all the students that are a part in the cast and crew. Yeah, they feed them that evening. So any way that they can find to help out, to participate, to improve the programs, that's where the foundation comes into play.
Yeah, that's great. Now, sponsorships, this all takes money. And
yes.
the gala is one of those ways to make money, but you look for sponsors too, for the gala, and even sponsors as the year goes along, just to help.
Yes.
You want to talk about if someone wanted to sponsor, how would they? Who would they get a hold of?
Yes. So basically, we have 4 levels of sponsorship. We have the gold level sponsor, which is $2,500. That's obviously the highest one. We have a silver level sponsor that's $1,500. We have a bronze level sponsor that's $500, and we also have a program sponsored if you're not going to be able to be at the event, where you can get your business's name in the program. That basically, depending on the level of sponsorship you have, that gets you tickets for the event. Your company will be in the backdrop of pictures and things like that. We will mention your company throughout the evening. And there's a lot of recognition that goes with that. So if anybody is looking for a sponsorship, you would want to go to our website. And under as I said before, about MPASD, and under foundation, there is a link for the gala there where you could either buy tickets and you could also sponsor as well. Or if you don't want to do that, you can call the admin office, 724-547-4100, extension 6000, and just basically tell them that you're looking to sponsor the event, or even if you want to purchase tickets. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways that you could do that.
Can we just bring checks here? Is it possible to bring checks here?
You can. We'll accept checks, cash, and money
Well, I
order.
just happen to have this in my pocket, this check. But Armstrong is happy to help. This is the third year we've been able to make a donation, and we're happy to be able to fund that and to help you with your work over here.
Well, we greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate what you do for the community, coming out here and helping us get the word out on our event.
You're very welcome. Yeah, we're part of this community too, so we want to help. So if you don't mind, just talk about the dates and the ticket information one more time, just to kind of let people know if Dr. Gaybauer wants to.
Yeah, it is Friday, April 19th. It is at Bell's Banquet Barn, and it begins with a social hour at 6 p.m. and dinner is at 7 o'clock p.m. Cost is $40 per person, and that is $70 per couple. And once again, this is our third annual Red and Blue Gala. It's a lot of fun, as Mr. DeRitz had mentioned before, and we'd really love to see as many of you come out as you possibly can.
Yeah. And for tickets, what's the best way? That you said there's a website they can go to?
Yes, there's a website. We sell our tickets through Eventbrite. There should be a link on our website under the foundation page. Or if you're not into like websites, or I know my parents are not, so they would probably prefer to go and buy them in person. You could come out and stop by the administration office. We have them out there. You could call. We can make arrangements to get them to you. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I wish you well at the event. Wish you well at the foundation. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Thanks for coming out.
And now you're in the know.